Raised in a hideaway in the Chicago suburb of Skokie, Illinois, confiscated pinball machines finally take the rap. They dished it out plenty, but they can't take it. The funeral pyre is all set, but where are the mourners? And here are the fireworks. Well, guess the boys will have to go back to Penny Ante.
This 1898 Parlor Bagatelle with spinner and bell is one of over 40 models produced by the Redgrave Bagatelle Company in the 19th century. Montague Redgrave patented his novel thumb-actuated spring plunger in 1898, noting that pull-style plungers got caught on clothing and attracted children. This particular model features a spinner and bell that adds excitement to a fairly simple game. The rule sheet glued to the underside of some games is rarely found intact. As a forerunner of modern pinball, the main appeal of Parlor Bagatelle is how it accommodates friendly wagering.
Celebrate a century of progress of technological innovation at the Chicago World's Fair. After visiting the administration building, you'll gaze in amazement at the wonders in the Hall of Science. Learn all about the U.S. government and discover the latest in transportation and travel. Afterwards, take a relaxing sky ride over the lagoon while taking in the breathtaking panoramic sights of the fair. And don't forget to play pinball when visiting the arcade.
With 70,000 made, the Rockola World's Fair Jigsaw holds the record for the highest production number pinball game. And rightly so, as its purely mechanical operation mesmerized millions of fairgoers trying to complete the elusive puzzle of the 1933 Chicago World's Fair. Dropping a ball in one of the scoring holes completes a part of the ingenious mechanical puzzle. The inventor, David Rockola, knew he had a hit game and protected against copycats with patents. Jigsaw faithfully depicts the various attractions such as the Hall of Science, travel and transportation, and even the federal building is detailed to the point of paying federal taxes. Despite the numerous scoring holes, completing Jigsaw's puzzle is deceptively difficult. This 1934 Major League Model 44 by Pacific Amusement Manufacturing Company is the second Harry Williams design featuring solenoids that kick balls around the playfield. This unrestored gem lost most of its playfield lettering, but none of its fun. The object is to get your batter up, then knock them in to score runs. The game is over when all your marbles are captured, out, or score. For payout locations, knocking the ball off the pedestal tilt voids your game, thus no reward for your heavy hands. This fine wire prevents stacking batter-up balls. The aftermarket Black Guide protectors prevent marble chipping. All marbles have imperfections that add randomness to the game, but damaged marbles make the game unplayable. For a game nearing its 80th birthday, Major League still entertains, providing you occasionally change its batteries. With a fine maple and walnut cabinet, the 1934 Gottlieb merry-go-round looks as good as it plays, and is quite rare today with only 5 known specimens. The carousel-inspired aluminum rotodiscs highlight the golden Bakelite playfield. While the discs are mechanically actuated, a battery powers the buzzing bell. You have to get at least 6 balls in the bottom score pocket to have a chance at winning. Go easy. If the operator sees the ball off the tilt pedestal, you won't get paid. This shot looks decent, yet it's not enough to win. So drop your coin and go for another whirl.
Everybody tries to give it a whirl. You might win candy for your girl.
Experience the thrill of the hunt when you drop your nickels into the 1934 Jennings Sportsman. The Sportsman payout game combines pinball with a slot machine-style payout. Although advertised as a game of skill, making a winning combination takes a bit of luck. A slot machine-like handle actuates the payout. Local laws often dictated payouts in tokens instead of nickels. Inside the game, you'll find the ball collection tray underneath the large metal slide and payout switches. This game has the look and feel of a Jennings slot machine, complete with fine aluminum castings and finished woodwork. Story has it local police converted the legs into billy clubs whenever they confiscated one of these games. Jennings' fine craftsmanship extends to the electromechanical tilt mechanism, which locks the payout until inserting another coin. These operator adjustable caps improve your chances of winning, but not by much. This skill shot must be made before any payouts are awarded. The operator's manual claims a skilled player averages a 50% payout. However, in practice, the average player rarely receives a payout. Playing this old gambling machine gives the impression of some shot control, but in reality, it has been carefully engineered to take your nickels. This 1935 Fury is one of 4 games made by Rube Gross and Company in the 1930s. This unique marble game features multiple kickers to keep the marbles moving until they settle into scoring holes. After a few shots, the action builds furiously, hence the name Fury. These sewer drain trapdoors accentuate the Art Deco styling, making this game visually and mechanically stimulating while cheerfully eating your nickels. Manual scoring keeps your adding skills sharp, and don't forget the yellow ball scores double. The mirrored back glass highlights Roy Parker's artwork on Gottlieb's 1940 Border Town. Featuring a multiple rollover derrick, striking oil is the goal. A randomizer score feature keeps the excitement flowing, as if the herd of beautiful Parker cowgirls isn't enough. The gals practice for the rodeo, while the dudes work on the pipeline. Nobody minds the industrial-looking Derrick Forest, as there's money to be made sucking black gold out of the ground. There's at least 6 ways to win, but all are challenging, as with any flipperless game. Here's a peek at the randomizer wheel and chime, each luring prospective wildcatters into sinking their nickels into this fun and attractive game. Arguably one of the prettiest pinball games ever made, the 1940 Genco Metro features Roy Parker's futuristic and detailed artwork. Genco made few games with the glowing bell-shaped bumpers. Cracking one of these rare plastics means you may never find a replacement. Nothing fancy about this standard cabinet stencil art. Back glass animation and multiple scoring opportunities of numbered bumpers, lane letters, and points keep the player busy. An early form of a bonus feature collects the rainbow score upon rolling through the lit special lane. Undeniably, this playable piece of art belongs in every pinball collection. Under the watchful eye of the mysterious woman in green, this center wire form is the main feature of this 1947 Williams Cyclone. The challenge of this flipperless game is landing the ball in one of the 8 kickout holes and 2 side kickers to keep the ball alive. With limited scoring and replay options, the excitement is all about the center kicker looping up and over the wire-form track. Yes, it's good to be the king, especially if your court consists of bikini-clad babes. Even better if your game has flippers. Touted by Gottlieb as the greatest triumph in pin game history, the 1947 Humpty Dumpty did indeed add ball control to pinball, starting the game of skill revolution. While not the first game with a movable bat, Humpty Dumpty is the first pinball game made with electromechanically operated flippers. The Harry Mabs design added 2 sets of 3 flippers on opposite sides of the game, giving players unprecedented control. The animated Roy Parker artwork adds an adult twist to the fairy tale theme. Although the scoring and gameplay is rather simple, Humpty Dumpty instantly created the distinction between flipper and flipperless games, rendering the latter obsolete by the end of 1947. Who wouldn't want to be this French foreign legionnaire enjoying a belly dance in exotic Morocco? World travel is the theme of this 1948 Exhibit Supply Morocco. This early flipper game features unique exploding spring bumpers. The rare flip-it bats on this game originally were impulse style, but converted at some point in its long history. No deep rules here, just challenging rebounds to keep the ball alive. The 1948 Williams Yanks features a Harry Williams-designed animated backbox. Compared to later pitch and bat games, the vertical orientation keeps the backbox thinner. Hitting all the numbered bumpers lights the special. However, doing so with impulse flippers is tricky, as the flippers actuate simultaneously, can't be held in the up position, and flipper orientation prevents cradling the ball. Adjusting to impulse flippers takes several games. With scoring limited to runs, replays are hard-won, making them very rewarding. What game combines a bookworm, a cherub, blackjack, and dancing girls, all wrapped in a cabinet stenciled with space rockets? That game can only be just 21. This 1950 Gottlieb beauty features a turret shooter for hitting numbered targets. This aftermarket rubber adds rebounds, improving gameplay. Hitting exactly 21 points scores replays. Going over means you'll have to shoot a high score for your replay. Polished steel and screened wood artwork highlight the wide-open playfield. The jumbled themes of Roy Parker bikini babes walking out of a book, a dancing girl entertaining Wally, and space rockets may puzzle art critics but make for a fun game. Gottlieb's 1950 Madison Square Gardens depicts a formal night out's entertainment of attending a boxing match. The high set flippers with the lower rubbers encourage players to pick rebounds off the ropes. The upper two bumpers fight it out in close action. The animated light back glass displays the blow-by-blow scoring. Although a violent and demanding sport, the boxer on the right has yet to muss his pair. And these well-dressed Parker women love the action. High scoring or completing over 10 rounds lights the replay specials. The last ball triggers the equalizer scoring feature, activating the upper center bumper scoring, but not making it any easier to hit. This particular game once lived in a theater in Iowa and was specially ordered with an unpainted, stained cabinet. Going a few rounds with Madison Square Gardens is quite a battle. Just don't hit below the belt.
Misses him with a wild right. Again, McSwat rips the left to the body.
Cartoonish violence and mayhem comprise the backdrop for one of the most popular playfield animations ever made in Gottlieb's 1950 Knockout. Featuring pinball's first and only bloody nose playfield, Roy Parker's artwork captures the violence of boxing, while simultaneously poking fun at it and boxing fans. With its wide-open playfield and wide-set flippers, Knockout forces players to rely on the center blocking gate to avoid losing the ball. This switch by the ball launch gate sets the flipper blocking gate. The main attraction is the animated boxing ring. Scoring enough knockdowns lights the specials. The clever back glass light scoring highlights individual battles amongst fans, while playfield details depict boxing shenanigans. All this havoc leaves the solitary Parker cigarette babe quite lonely. Knockout puts up a good fight, but won't leave you bloody.
Going to the front, round the clubhouse turn. It's Gennaro and Lightning Boy got through on the rail and is now fifth. It's Gennaro, Lightning Boy. Mike is the winner, Lightning Boy.
Capture the fun and excitement of horse racing with the 1951 Williams Spark Cats. George Millington's zany artwork adds to the fun, while the Harry Williams design simultaneously delights and frustrates. The game's objective is simple. Have your selected horses win, place, and show.
They're off! Closely bunched, the 9 thoroughbreds show their liking for today's track, which is dry and fast, no matter how you look at it.
However, just like real horse racing, picking the winner is a challenge, as hitting the correct lane and bumper advances your horse. Changing your horse selections requires a bit of judicial nudging.
Stretch, Revenson takes the lead. Faultless edges up and the tension mounts.
And the randomizer usually won't select a combination in your favor. Your odds of a big win are pretty small, but wishing for a better payout is just beating a dead horse.
Peter and Phalanx. Class is beginning to tell, and Phalanx, the disappointing season-long favorite, at long last moves out to take command. His loss of the
Spark Plugs is one of the few games that may finish without using all 5 balls. No matter, because with pinball, all you need is one good ball to put you in the winner's circle.
For the pair of champions who hit the jackpot by winning the season's greatest race.
Cadets from West Point march into the Municipal Stadium in Baltimore to root their Army team to victory over those old rivals, the Navy. With a perfect record this season, the Army is favored. Gale Hall does the toting and smashes through the Navy line for 23 yards and first blood.
You gotta be a football hero to get along with the beautiful girls.
The 1953 Williams Army-Navy celebrates the annual Army-Navy football game held since 1890. This is the first pinball game to use score reels, advertised by Williams as 3D scoring. However, games in the 1950s typically scored in the millions, so Williams employed 4 dummy reels fixed at 0 to boost scores. The added mechanical complexity was the main reason why after only 4 game designs, Williams dropped single-player score reels until 1960. This impulse flipper game also features dual scoring, a rarity for early Williams pinballs. Oddly enough, the points scored doesn't directly factor into replay awards, but don't let that stop you from trying to score the winning touchdown.
The Cadets prove they're the tops in the country.
Capitalizing on the successful and popular 1950 Broadway musical Guys and Dolls, Gottlieb's 1953 Guys Dolls features a Manhattan theme with the most unusual ball control mechanism called high-powered pop-up posts. Playing proficiently with these 6 pop-up posts takes quite a bit of practice, and is probably why Gottlieb never used them again. Roy Parker's art captures the sundresses used in Bushel and a Peck number while looking oddly placed on Ritzy Park Row. The old Brooklyn Rapid Transit station exits to cleverly reworded Million Row, showing millions of points instead of wealthy houses. The scoring rules are as complicated as a crap side bet. Replays awarded for spelling dolls, scoring points, and high scores. Hitting all 9 bumpers lights a doll's letter and increases the bonus hole values. However, all this fancy scoring is useless if you can't aim the ball. The easiest shot shuttles the ball sideways into the bonus holes. Do this enough times to build up your score before your final curtain call.
The story you are about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
The officers tell us they picked you up near First and Wall. Is that right?
That's what they say.
You mind telling us what you were doing down there?
I went down to meet a friend.
With a gun?
Advertised as a super-duper thriller, Gottlieb's 1954 Dragonette spoofs the name of the popular TV show of the day, Dragnet. Dragonette features 5 capture holes and a large lower triangular bumper, making for challenging rebounds in a large open playfield. However, captured balls create new obstacles and start interfering with your shots. You'll need a lot of luck to capture all 5 balls. The main appeal of Dragonette is Roy Parker's comic artwork making pop references, not only to Dragnet, but also Sherlock Holmes,
Anglo-American relations,
and a popular line from an old vaudeville act that became a hit song in 1947. Even the title is similar to Stan Freberg's hit 1953 parody, St. George and the Dragonette, which also gives us the catchphrase, "I just want to get the facts, ma'am." However, the purpose of the French sailor and the frilly robe-wearing private eye remain unsolved mysteries. Regardless if you like the fast action or the clever artwork, you now have all the facts on Dragonette.
got you on my mind, so won't you please be kind to me? Oh, Lady Luck.
You'll Be in Clover with Gottlieb's 1954 Lady Luck. Featuring Roy Parker's Beauty Queen crew, this pin offers seafaring adventure for the landlubber's game room. Lady Luck offers multiple replay options, including unique outlaying gobble holes, making all 4 awards a replay, if your luck holds. Hitting the random bumper special awards another replay. However, this deceptively difficult task should be called Chase the Bumper. Gottlieb's Double Award feature lets you drop another nickel to double your replay awards. Sailing with Lady Luck guarantees a great time, but don't go overboard. Instead of dancing at the malt shop, play Williams' 1954 Star Pool. To compete with Gottlieb's Double Award pinballs, Williams added the Star feature, where by adding another coin, the player might win up to 200 replays. Beginning with Star Pool, this gambling-type feature is found only in 5 games Williams made in the mid-1950s. To win with the Star feature, the 2 lowest score digits must match a number when the ball leaves the playfield. Do this twice for 5 replays. Doing this 5 times awards 200 total replays, if you're willing to wait 3 minutes for the replay award counter. Star Pool offers a nearly impossible first ball skill shot. Making the top gobble hole before any scoring awards a replay and lights up all 6 special rollovers. The play action on the colorful Harry Williams designed playfield is fast, with fairly quick ball times. As with all Williams touchy impulse flippers, controlling your shot is tough, and holding the ball is accomplished only by accident. In typical George Milleton backglass fashion, the gals are beautiful and the guys look like chimpanzees. Star Pool scoring relies upon completing numbered ball sequences and spelling the lower CUE lanes to light specials. However, with 2 gobble holes strategically placed in the middle alley, running the table is as challenging as a game of billiards. While admiring this behind-the-back shot, you might overlook the missing stripe on the 14 ball, a rare playfield artwork mistake. This 1956 Balls A-Poppin' is one of only 3 flipper pinball games made by Bally in the 1950s. Advertised as having riotously exciting wild balls, Balls A-Poppin' is the first flipper game to feature multi-ball action. Hitting the rollover buttons advances the wild ball counter, indicating how many balls readied for multi-ball are waiting for your shot into the center hole. Once made, all heck breaks loose as the Wild Balls Bazooka fires up to 6 balls. Rely on your juggling skills to keep the exciting multi-ball going. Blast into the jet age with the Williams 1956 Starfire. Proving pretty girls and jets go together, George Millinton's artwork shows us how glamorous the U.S. Air Force really is. While Gottlieb started using cheaper metal playfield components in 1956, Williams continued using wood for the upper arch and bottom apron. Pay attention to your game as these 3 posts placed near the middle make for unexpected rebounds. We're not sure what these women are doing on a 1950s Air Force runway, but they've got the attention of the control tower. Williams' top-painted plastic tends to deteriorate, but is held together here. The backlit star cutouts are a nice touch. Williams finally abandoned impulse flippers by mid-1955, but kept using the higher voltage core, giving their flippers more kick compared to Gottlieb's. This extra kick, combined with a close center post and rear bumpers, make for some crazy ball saves. Starfire offers several specials by completing letters or numbers, and a super special gobble hole for completing both. If you're a fan of pinball, girls, and jets, Starfire belongs in your Henry's game room. Gottlieb's 1956 Harbor Lights captures the chaos of a busy harbor with Roy Parker's detailed artwork. Harbor Lights also shows off Gottlieb's latest pinball design updates. Durable metal legs instead of wood. And Gottlieb's first all-metal apron. Another first is this bullseye target. A smaller target inside a larger disc target. gameplay strategy is fairly simple for Harbor Lights. Hit the bullseye centers while avoiding the gobble hole. Like his earlier games, Knockout and Dragonet, Harbor Lights illustrates Parker's cartoonish whimsy run amok. We get an armada of various vessels, including a paddle boat, submarine, scull, destroyer, brig, raft, freighter, and rowboat. And we see a few humorous references to Tippecanoe and a 1933 comedy movie named Tugboat Annie. Of course, no swabby from the USS Gottlieb can resist a blonde mermaid. On the playfield, we see a blonde beauty and a tattooed sailor riding aquaplanes, an early precursor to water skis. When hitting bullseyes, the gunnery practice targets tally your shots. Hit 6 or more to rack up those replays. Keep hitting those letters to light up a special, extra special, and the super special awards. If you're extremely lucky, you'll double your awards. Here's the only Harbor Light you don't want to see. Perfectly themed for play at the circus or on the boardwalk, this 1957 Carnival is another one of the 3 flipper pins Bally made in the 1950s. Featuring push-up or arcing flippers, Bally claims this design eliminates the dead spot pivot point. However, the experienced player quickly misses the ability to cradle the ball for improved ball control. The eye-catching and unique clamshell gate is a deceptively difficult shot. Making it with the gate closed rewards you with an impossible-to-hit curveball. The 2-player scoring is relatively simple. Hitting targets to spell Carnival activates bonus shots, then specials. With those large gaps between the push-up flippers, hitting a special takes skill worthy of a sideshow in itself. Gottlieb's 1957 Straight Flush features a large roto target in the middle of the playfield that exposes 3 targets at a time. Gottlieb introduced the roto target in early 1957, and players quickly realized that such a large center target makes shooting the ball to the top rather difficult. Straight Flush is one of the last Gottliebs with a wooden upper arch, as subsequent models use cheaper metal. The main scoring objective is to light 5 cards in a row by hitting lanes and roto targets. Making a straight flush lights up several specials. The playing card combinations, along with other scoring features, total 18 different ways to score specials. While checking the match replay star to see if you've won a game, look carefully at the 7 of hearts, and you'll notice it has only 6 pips, a rare back glass mistake.
Today, a new moon is in the sky, a 23-inch metal sphere placed in orbit by a Russian rocket, a 3-stage rocket. The smaller second stage took over at 5,000 miles an hour and carried on to the highest point reached. The artificial moon is boosted and released.
At Cape Canaveral, 2 tiny astronauts, Monkeys Abel and Baker, are readied for the first flight into outer space and safe return of Earth flight. The rhesus monkey and the much smaller squirrel monkey are secured in separate capsules in the nose cone of a Jupiter missile. 1,700 ground miles later, the capsule is fished from the waters of the Caribbean. The recovery is made by the Navy tug Kiowa. The cone itself is in good shape after the fiery plunge through space. Particularly unharmed and in jolly good spirits, the first creatures from outer space in all history. The space monkeys meet the press at the headquarters of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration in Washington. They brought back the best evidence yet that humans can function and survive in outer space.
Capturing the excitement of the early space race, the 1958 Williams satellite portrays a monkey sealed in a Sputnik orbiting the Earth. George Milleton's stretched artistic license, as Sputnik never carried a monkey, yet it makes a fun theme. The goal of this Harry Williams design is straightforward. Orbit the Earth a few times to light specials. The powerful flippers make for a fast game and require quick reactions when hitting the center target. And don't get sucked down a gobble hole unless it's special. After game over, check your lucky star for a match replay. Celebrate the rocket age with Gottlieb's 1958 rocket ship. Optimistic folks in 1958 figured that everyday rocket travel was just around the corner. Advertised as a 2-stage playfield with booster flippers adding additional kick, Rocket Ship improves gameplay with additional flippers up top. These flippers enable shots behind the large center roto-target. Hitting the roto-target requires a square hit, made easier from a cradled ball. Roy Parker's artwork, inspired by popular space-themed TV shows of the day, pokes fun at the glamour anticipated of space travel. Lit rocket ship letters carry over from game to game. Hitting roto targets spots letters as well as earns points. Complete all letters to light specials. Remember to keep your hands inside the spaceship, especially when flying near gobble holes. And missing your target may cause an early re-entry through the outline. Big oil, big freeways, and big fins on big cars drive Williams' 1958 Gusher straight into your game room. With its beautiful gold playfield highlighting pools of oily black gold, Gusher's biggest attraction pops up right in your face, Pinball's first retractable bumper. This novelty is the central target of Gusher's symmetric playfield layout. Hitting the ball with Williams' high-voltage, energetic flippers keeps the action flowing. There's plenty of targets, kickers, and bumpers to keep that ball moving. However, this alluring mechanical marvel is pure nickel bait. Williams' patent protected the retractable design so well that this feature wasn't seen again for almost 40 years. A plunger skill shot drops the bumper. Then try for all 12 targets to light gobble hole specials. This driver in front of the huge fins of George Moletton's inventive combination Packard Cadillac convertible looks familiar. Are those his relatives on Spot Pool? Gusher is one of the best Harry Williams designs and set the gold standard for Williams pinball in the late 1950s. Why spend time at the pool when you could be playing Gottlieb's 1959 High Diver? The eye-catching animated divers highlight Roy Parker's swimming pool artwork. These original umbrella bumper caps add a poolside touch to the four-flipper game. The replay awards are typical Gottlieb, with replays for points and score. Advancing the diver to complete a dive cycle earns a point. This score rating shows your friends how smart you become by playing pinball. The two sets of flippers keep the action flowing from top to bottom, and passing the ball up becomes easy with a little practice. High Diver belongs in every collector's pool house.